Okay.
Okay, great. Thanks, Kevin.
Julie, are you on?
She's not on yet. Okay, great. Thanks, Kevin. Delay.
Okay. Not yet. Julie, are you on?
Hey, Kevin? Yes, sir. It usually doesn't do that. We usually don't hear ourselves on there.
Not yet. Are you on?
Great.
Great, thank you.
But nobody else is on.
It's okay.
Well, we'll go from there. So public comment here?
No.
Nothing, Greg? Okay. We'll go over then to commissioner comments. Commissioner Ford.
Oh, wow. Okay. Let's see, Monday afternoon, I guess I did stick around for the intergovernmental meeting. My dentist appointment's today, not Monday. I mixed up the calendar on that. I usually got an update from all those entities, and it's kind of good to see how everybody's trying to get through that first round of the county-based Spark funds. Monday afternoon, I also zoomed in with Monday afternoon community leaders meeting. That's with the university, the city, members of the health department, EOC, and some other local health entities are all on that call, just continuing to discuss the COVID-19 response here locally, trends, those sort of things. Seems to be pretty positive right now, at least for the moment. Obviously, with flu season and the end of the first semester for the university and schools have brought up some, some concerns and some potential issues there, but we'll work through those once we get to them. Tuesday afternoon, listened in on the Council of Foreign Affairs teleconference. I catch a few of these every once in a while if the subject looks entertaining. This particular presentation featured Sebastian Malaby, he's a senior fellow for international economics at CFR, and Brian Ziegritz, Director of State Fiscal Policies at NASPO. And I forget the entire word, National Association of State Budgeting Offices or something like that. Basically, they were discussing international economics in terms of the COVID pandemic and how it kind of trickles back down to state and local economies. Actually, a really good presentation. It was one of the more entertaining ones I've actually listened to. And lastly, as I've been doing since late March, I listened in on the White House Office of Intergovernmental Affairs COVID national briefing for state, local, and tribal leaders. There were several senior administration officials just talking about a few things. Dr. Deborah Brooks was on that call as well. She gave a comprehensive update on some recent COVID-19 trends throughout the country and Operation Warp Speed. Administration's efforts to get 100 million BinaxNOW rapid tests out, and those are being sent to every state. They didn't give a state-to-state breakdown. The link to it hasn't got all that up yet. I think it's still in the works, but it's probably something we should be watching and paying attention to. And then much like our Monday call, there's some general discussions about what the 2020-2021 flu season may or may not look like. So that's basically my week in a recap.
Mr. Wells.
Interesting times we're in. I enjoyed the nice Monday night football. Great game. It's just really enjoyable. Took a break there, watched the entire game. And looked at some comments and things, looking back on this climate change, which is climate's been changing for many millions of years, and it's a big concern. But some of the comments were, number one, California, Oregon, Washington, and right on up into Canada, why does the climate change stop at the Canadian border as far as the fires? And then somebody else responded that I can't remember the number of states now that have a higher forest to land ratio than California. Why aren't they all burning? And so I think there's some human involvement out in California, Oregon, Washington myself. And interesting development is kind of a brief respite from listening to all the political diatribe going on in the country. I just pretty well tuned. I found an old Western channel,
Yeah.
which has been a welcome relief from watching any national TV. It's just disgusting. It's all just name calling and everything else. Had a nice visit the other day with Senator Tom Hawk. He's going to continue on the LAVTR.
Mhm.
It's maybe futile. I'm not sure. I don't know what the outcome will be. If any of the new incoming commissioners will have any interest in looking at or continuing pursuing it. And as far as the newspapers, somebody made a comment that basically they don't report the news anymore. It's just propaganda. And I kind of tend to agree. So being a reader, it makes it real difficult for me because it's hard to get through an entire book. I always used to enjoy reading the news, but now the news is always seems like it's fabricated, changed, altered, added to, subtracted from, and nobody just reports what happens anymore. And then another comment, looking at the Breonna Taylor situation, as well as a young 13-year-old boy that was shot by police. I think the police departments in the United States need to relook at their training because, I was always trained, identify your target. And when you're firing hundreds of rounds into a building, you have no idea what you're shooting at. I just think it's completely erroneous. And I'm glad we have Director Butler. I've got a lot of faith and confidence in him and the job that he does. So we have a new firing range coming up, and I'm hoping that we do a good job of keeping our local officers trained. I think they do a good job. The only comment I heard the other day from a person unsolicited, they could be just a little more friendly whenever you stop to visit with them or something. They thought they were a little aloof or unfriendly. But interesting week. But thankfully, I have my own hobby and stuff to look forward to occupy my time. I just hope that they can get back to drag racing next year while I can still walk and talk.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Okay, well, again, I'm taking a lot of calls from different constituents and things and had answered them, different situations. I did get a call from one of my people in the precinct where I live. It seems we're still up to the same problem we were having, and that they seem that, I guess they do not like the Republican Party, and especially the National, and a lot of signs are being stolen right off private property and stuff. And so I think it's kind of a shame that it's resorted to that. They do it in the middle of the night. However, I think somewhere I was told that some lady put her sign up for Trump, and right in front of her, someone came and took it. And it's getting so that there's no more respect for private property, no more respect for people's opinions. And so I kind of look at it, I hate to use the words, but they're getting like thieves, and they have no character to their mind because they do not allow any other opinion. So I'm just appalled at the way people are. I mean, to me, people have their opinions, they ought to be allowed to express them, and they're not allowing it. So anyway, that's my rant and rave for now. So business meeting, sir.
First item, 2021 agreement for services with Big Lakes.
Make a motion, we approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All three, please.
Okay, there you are.
Letter of support for Big Lakes Developmental Center.
Make a motion, we approve.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Three, please. Next, Fraser's website agreement for Frontier Realty. Data services agreement and the team, yeah, Frontier Realty.
I'm trying to figure out exactly what that is and what that's for.
It's for access. They get a higher level of access to GIS information.
Okay.
A lot of realtors and such as Carlson Wilson have that access.
So this must just be like a new one then, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I hadn't heard of it.
That's what I was trying to figure out. Okay, I'll go ahead and make a motion that we approve service agreement contractual provisions for Tim Hubert of Frontier Realty.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Hi, Corey.
Howdy. I'm gonna do a quick end and restart.